Welcome to Rev and BP, the podcast where real estate meets romance and absolutely nothing is off limits. Meet your hosts, Ben Stentz of Lux Property Group, your go-to guy for luxury homes, killer deals, and occasional dad jokes, and Kristen Gonzalez of Hype Woman Productions, wedding planner, chaos coordinator, and certified vibe curator. They're cousins, they're besties, and they bring the energy. From love and real estate to big life moves and beautiful spaces, and mostly a bunch of random shit you didn't need to know. Pull up a chair, pour up a drink, and get ready to laugh, learn, and low-key spiral with the best cousin combo in the game. This is Rev and BP. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Well, what's up?
What up, Prima BP?
Oh, what up, though? It's cold in Texas.
What up, though? It's cold in Delaware. I mean, yeah, it probably sounds like it's similar. Last time I talked to you, talking about 20s, 30s, 40s. That's kind of what it's been like here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Um, hey, I know we have a guest today, and I'm super pumped. Before we get into our own shit, tell everybody who's coming any minute, any minute.
Yeah, our guest for episode 33, my good buddy Dave Wise from Princeton, New Jersey, former teammate of mine, longtime friend of mine, and one of the real good guys out there. He's been busting my chops over the last few months about when is he going to be on the pod, and so finally we're able to connect. And no, we're going to bring. I call him Dr. Wise. He's not a doctor, although maybe he is. I don't know. Uh, we're going to bring him back at some point in the future because we actually had planned to bring him and my other buddy, Scotty Feldman, on together. Those two are thick as thieves. Scotty got called away on a work thing. He's traveling tonight. So we will do this again. In fact, how about let's just make a note now? We're going to bring those two back on the week after my beloved New York Knicks win their first NBA championship in over 50 years this spring. Once they do that, we will bring Dave and Scotty on because they're big Knicks fans. I mean, diehard like me.
Oh
And
my God. Well, let's just keep our fingers crossed. What
my lips
are
to God's ears.
I
Amen.
know that you love your basketball. Are there any superstitions or like things that you do before game day? Like I feel like baseball players at least and people who watch baseball are very like I wear the same socks or like whatever. They do their ritual type thing. Is it like that for basketball?
Not for me. I mean, it may be for others. I'm not necessarily superstitious like that, but I
Okay.
like to watch the Knicks. Well, the only thing I would say is generally I don't, I'd rather watch the Knicks by myself than like with a big group of people
Mm-hmm.
or like out at a bar. I like to watch how I like to watch. But besides that, I'm not real superstitious with it.
Okay.
I'm just
All right.
excited, us Knicks fans, because we haven't won a championship since 1972, and we have a chance this year. It's no given, but we have a chance. So I've got on my Dave will appreciate this. This is you can't see the back, but this is a Walt Clyde Frazier jersey signed by him. He is maybe the greatest Knick of all time. He's in the Basketball Hall of Fame. He played for the Knicks last time they won a championship. He's one of their announcers now. He's an amazing, cool dude. So I'm wearing my Clyde Frazier jersey um, to commemorate Dave Wise's appearance on the podcast.
Are these one of those jerseys where like you wore it when he signed it, you haven't washed it since, and like you probably smell like a rotten potato over there?
No, well, first of all, I wasn't there when he signed it, so
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. But I certainly would not wash this because of the autograph that's on.
Yeah, you gotta put that shit in your frames behind you. You're
It's
starting the
coming.
collection.
It's coming. Hey, shout out to LT up there.
There you go.
This one is definitely going to get framed. There's only three or four, maybe five that I'm going to frame. This is definitely one of them. I've never worn this until this moment. It's been hanging in my on my little rack of jerseys here in
Show
the
it off again.
yeah.
Show it. No, show it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Let me stand up.
There
Number
we
10,
go.
Walt Clyde Frazier. See that? You see that autograph?
Yep, go to the left a little bit. Your other left. Well, that'll work. That's great. We see it.
Yeah. So yeah.
Nice.
So I'm excited about that. My hat, I'll have you know.
What does this mean? Are
I
you
actually
dropping gang signs
I
on
actually
us?
bought this for my son. He knows that. I just haven't seen him yet. This is the signal that Jalen Brunson, who's a current Nick, the star of our team, makes every time he hits a three-pointer as he's running up the court. He kind of does this to the crowd. He'll kind of go like this.
Like
And,
he's smoking one and then,
it's for the three-pointer, like three
but
pointers.
why is he doing it like over here?
Yes, it's a kiss. Like,
Oh, okay, okay.
and so this hat has become kind of popular, and I bought this for my son. I'm wearing it for the
Cool.
for the pod, but I'm going to see him next week, and I'll give it to him. He loves him. He loves Jalen Brunson.
Okay, I love it. Oh, well, you'll have to update us in future episodes on how he's doing. We should have him as a guest too.
It's probably about time to have him as a guest. He's got a lot going on in his life and updates and all that. So yeah,
And we need to have him recreate the booty, booty, booty.
did you see he put that on his Instagram the other day?
Oh, when you sent this to me, I didn't realize that he put it up on his.
He asked me if I had it, and of course I did, and I sent it to him, and then he shared it on his Instagram.
Oh my
Um,
God. You're like, yeah, I have it, and it's been all over the pod.
I told him, I said it's already been on the podcast and shared a bunch of times, but he
You're
wanted to
famous.
share it. Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, listen, that was the early days of his music slash hip hop career, and who knew that years later he'd have a ton of music in his catalog available on Spotify and
Yeah.
SoundCloud, and including some hip hop music as well as other types of music. So, um, yeah, who knew he was being influenced at an early age by what he was hearing in the car when he was riding around with his dad.
Yeah. Tell him I want to be his wedding planner when that time comes.
I will tell him that. I guess did we? I don't know when we recorded. We probably haven't talked about that on the pod, have we?
What, are they engaged?
Back up. I have some breaking news to share with you, Prima BP. I didn't tell you this.
No.
Oh man, I got to break it on the pod right now. When I'm sorry. You're my girl. I can't believe I didn't tell you this. When
I'm like trying to
Mickey
go back
and
and text
and his
immediately.
girlfriend Jamie came down a few days before Christmas to spend a few days with us. It was just me and them the first day or so until Angie and everybody else got here. And they got here late on like a Monday night, and I was actually almost like asleep. And so we went to sleep. Next morning, we went out to breakfast and had, normal breakfast, nothing to report. And then on the way back from breakfast, I had to pick something up from Loris Lux. We were right near her house. And so we stopped by, and plus I wanted, Mickey to meet her and vice
Yeah.
versa. So we're at Lori's house. We're standing around her kitchen, just, BSing. And I don't know exactly how it came up. And all of a sudden, Jamie says, well, yeah, we got engaged last night. And I didn't even react because the way it came out sounded like they were just kind of bullshitting me.
Because it wasn't with you guys.
No, no, I knew they had stopped on their way down here somewhere up in Wilmington and went out to dinner, but I didn't think anything of it. And I was just
Oh
kind of
my
like
God.
standing there, and Lori was like, she actually kind of like slapped me. She was like, aren't you excited? And I think they're just kidding. And then Jamie was like, no, we, Michael asked me to marry him last night. And
Well, what was Mickey doing?
he was like, yeah. And I was like, well, where's the ring?
Also, what the fuck?
I was like,
Where,
where's the
why am I
ring?
the second to know?
Right. So it turns out he did have a ring. It was a little too big, so she wasn't wearing it because it was like she was worried it would fall off her finger.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So yeah, yeah, I feel terrible. I didn't tell you this. They got engaged like a couple days before Christmas.
Oh my gosh. I don't think that you did tell me. Like, I feel like I would remember this, but if you did, holy shit, I blacked out hard on that one.
Yeah. So I will tell them that you should be their wedding planner.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we must have him on. We
Yeah,
must, because now I need all the details of how this happened and how you were literally the second to know.
I know. How about let's get them on together.
Oh my God,
And
yes.
Jamie. In
Yes.
fact, I think Monday when we usually record I think that's one of the nights that they're off from work. So this may work.
Oh, this is going to be great. Let's
Yeah,
do it in February, my birthday month. It's going to be a great time with them.
totally. I'm
Yeah.
super excited. We loved Jamie from the minute we met her,
Yeah.
and they've been living together for a couple few years. So,
Oh my
they
gosh.
they know each other well, and they have, grown up a little bit together. And when
I
they're going
love
to get married, I don't know. Mickey was kind of like let's just do it like this coming fall, and Jamie was like, no, no, we need more time to plan. Like, so they have not figured that part out, which is
that.
fine.
Let me help them.
I'm going to tell them they should talk to you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I love it. I do love Jamie. She's so sweet. I don't remember what Christmas it was. I feel like she was at a Christmas at Steph's when Angelo and Amy were maybe in town.
That's probably true. Uh,
Yeah. I just
yeah,
remember we were talking about Christmas beverages and then possibly Aperol spritz, a
yeah,
specialty beverage.
specialty beds. Yeah,
Okay,
we
yay.
we love Jamie. We still talk about the first time we ever met her. They showed up to our house for Thanksgiving, and we knew she was coming. We had not met her, and like within 5 minutes, she's like hugging it out with Graham, hugging it out with Steph. We're like, oh yeah, she fits right in.
Easy, yeah.
She brought food. She sat right in the middle of everybody and just started talking, and we're like, oh yeah, she's going to be fine.
Mm-hmm.
So
Aw,
yes, my son and his girlfriend, now fiance,
Beyonce.
we're very excited about it, and Godspeed to those two.
We'll
Mary,
have them on in February.
Mary Jane Easy. I already gave him one talk. I said, listen, let me break it down for you.
Aw, you
You
said
got.
Mary Jane easy?
I
I
said.
think you're, well,
I
maybe,
said.
I don't know.
I just said if you guys want to do this, you got to be committed to it. You got to work at it because it's not always easy or smooth. You got to work, and you got to
Yeah.
you got to put a lot of effort and energy and love into it, and you got to be willing to be a good communicator and problem solver. And if you screw up, be willing to say you screwed up, and
Yeah.
like, yeah, you got to work at it.
Yeah. I
It's the
like
kind of work that's worth doing if you marry the right person.
totally. And I like when I see couples that do like all the things that you're saying and have like grown up together. I'm like obviously biased, but
Yeah,
um yeah, it's kind of cool to see like different layers and phases of life
yeah,
with the
right,
person who you love.
right.
Oh.
How old were you and Dustin when did you guys meet at UNT?
No, we met at the college before, so we were 19.
At Angelo State. That's
Uh-huh.
that's the college you got thrown out of, right?
Thrown out of. I didn't get thrown out of any college. No.
Get her out. Get her out of here.
No, silly. But yeah, that's the one that we met at. So,
Okay.
hmm
19, and now you're almost 36.
Almost
I
36.
mean, literally, it is like not that far off from half of your life that you've
I
known
know.
Dusty Buns.
Isn't that so much fun? I love it.
You married the right one. He
Fun show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's easy to tell. I see how he looks at you. That's the sign. How does he look at you when nobody he thinks nobody's watching him?
And you know what's even cooler is like that other people can see that. And because we've been together for so long, like I also know that. Like I can see it too, and I know that, and that's really cool that
Yeah,
I can see it. So,
yeah, 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 yeah. Well, yeah, so if I didn't
oh
tell
my
you,
gosh.
I feel bad. But yeah, it was big
So
news
fun.
around here. And of course,
Oh,
my wife and your mother, your aunt and your grandmother, everybody was like, ah.
yeah.
I told him that the day I found out, I said, look, Angela and her mom and her grandmom and Steph are going to be here tonight. When they get here, Steph's only going to be here for like an hour because then she's going to go to her house. It'd be nice if you shared this news while everybody was here. And he said,
Yeah.
okay. And so after everybody got here and got a little bit settled, they told him, and like just as I had predicted to him, like especially Steph and Angie were like, "Rah!"
Yeah.
like crazy. And I was like, I told you.
Yeah, yeah. Get ready for like they already have party supplies probably coming out like every
I was like,
they did
I've got paper products that
yeah.
say happy wedding on them. I can give you.
Yeah. Yeah. Speaking of the Stephanator, we need to get her on too because she's back to school, baby.
The
We need some updates.
Steffi Poo, my sister-in-law is back to work after, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 weeks. I'm not exactly sure how long, 6, 7, being home, taking care of her mama, and of course did a great job. She's back to work. So yeah, we need an update on the Stephanator back to work and TT Angie and her shenanigans with her mom. I
Yep.
heard recently that boyfriend Jack is going to be stepping in to help with getting your AP back for some of her physical therapy.
Okay.
So it's a team effort and
Yep.
it's good. By the
Yep.
way, our guest just popped into the waiting room.
Oh, Dave in the house.
Dave Wise. So I'm going to let him in. We'll see how he reacts. We'll get his government name. We'll talk about all the key things and then we'll take it from there. So, and I need to introduce him to you, BP. So
Yeah.
here he comes. Let's see.
Okay.
Technology, if technology will cooperate. I told you his name's David Wise. There it is on the screen. Let's see that handsome freaking face. Look at that freaking face right there. That freaking guy, this freaking guy right here. This freaking guy right here is so freaking sexy. I don't know what to do with myself. Look at him.
What I've been saying to anyone who would listen.
Anybody.
This is the deal.
David
This
Wise.
doesn't just happen. Okay.
No, I thank you. I've been
You
trying
put
to.
this together.
You got to put this together. A couple episodes. We had a whole segment about. Um, First of all, let me introduce you to my cousin, the beautiful Prima BP, Kristen Gonzalez.
Hi.
We
Nice
just,
to meet you. I've
You
seen you
too.
on Facebook.
Yeah. Nice.
Dave, we just had a segment a few episodes ago where Kristen said this very prophetic statement. She said,
Oh,
a beard is like the man's version of makeup. Like you gotta put some effort into that thing to keep that right.
I don't know. I'm speculating from here.
Oh, look at that, Dave. Talk to us, Dave. I mean, you don't just get a nice, cool beard like that.
What's your routine?
Not just this, it's this, right? Because if I let this go, if I didn't do anything here, I'd have what would look like a big sort of brown donut here, but then this part would be like the glazed.
Right.
So like you got to do this, okay? And then while you're doing that, you got to clean this up and like you give me a week without touching this, I am like full rabbi, okay? Like I'm going out to here. So yeah, you got to take care of it and
Shalom.
do pretty good. Do pretty good. Yeah.
Shalom. Yeah, shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom indeed. That's
Dave,
right.
Dave, listen, before we get into it, I just want you to know a couple things. One, for the first time ever, I've worn my autographed Walt Clyde Frazier jersey in your honor.
Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, that's autographed.
Oh, it is autographed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
And
needs to be framed. We already
it's
discussed
about to
this.
get framed. We just framed the Lawrence Taylor recently, and we're going to frame the Clyde Frazier. But I decided I'm going to put it on just for this episode because you, my friend, are one of the most diehard Nick fans I know, and I love you for that, among 100 other reasons.
That's been a long road to root for these Knicks. But these
Since
Knicks we
before we
like.
were born.
Yeah. Well, we were literally, it was 6 months before I came onto this earth.
Right.
They won their last championship. So
Oh,
I'm not a
wow.
mathematician, but that's 51 and a half years, almost 52. And
72, baby. What's
we are,
up?
it was 73.
Yeah,
It was
73.
73.
72, 73 season. Yep.
Uh,
This is 6-7. This is 72, 73.
right. But so we are due, and I'm excited. I'm excited.
It's exciting.
I,
By the way,
I
did you
think this
notice I
team's
got
got potential.
my Jalen Brunson hat on?
Yes.
I bought this for my son. It's brand new. I just wore it because you were coming on. I got to give it to him next week, but I decided I'm going all Knicks, and I'm also excited. One thing's for sure, over the last couple of weeks, I think we've learned how important Josh Hart is to the rotation. I think they were 3-5 without him, so glad he's back.
I mean, last night he injected energy into that place,
Yeah,
and I underestimated. Like he's one of those glue guys. Everyone knows that, but I underestimated how big a deal he was to that team. Um, and it's not just the Villanova connection. Like he's got something else. Like he's just a dog, and we need that, and you need that in
Bow
today's.
wow, baby.
wow,
Yeah.
wow. He's I said this to somebody. He's got a lot of Starks in him
Yeah.
as far
Yeah.
as just the kind of the attitude, the bulldog, the him against the world, the maybe punch you in the face if he needs to, like those
Hmm.
things that we loved about Starks.
The opponent's head, he'll taunt you. He's got an edge to him.
Yeah.
And every winning team, uh, I mean, we've been on winning teams before. Well, we've been on together, we've
We've
been on
been
a team
we've
before,
been
not a
on
winning team.
we've been on teams. Let's just stop there.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fair. But everyone needs that. That was why, and by the way, when we played high school baseball together, the reason we went in our first season 0 and 24 is because we didn't have a glue guy. Had we had a glue guy, it's a much better record,
What's a
I
glue
think.
guy? I have no idea what the hell you guys are talking about right now.
Every team, and I do this professionally too. Like every team, not just in sports, but like a management team, an executive team, a family, you need someone that's willing to kind of roll up their sleeves and like get in there and do the dirty work
Okay.
that no one else wants to do. Because it's those 50-50 balls, those jump balls, you got to get them. And that's how you win.
No,
And
you're right.
Josh Hart is very much that for the Knicks.
He's that, but you're totally right. I mean, Kristen, I rarely call her Kristen, by the way.
Who?
Um, she,
Who?
I'll give you a little background, Dave. She left a very successful corporate gig. She lives in the Dallas Fort Worth area to start a wedding planning and event planning business a couple years ago, and she has been remarkably successful with it. But we were talking on the last episode about your team, and you have
Yeah.
these people that play different roles. Alex is kind of the tablescapes design person, and then like you need people that bring different things to the table, pardon the
Totally.
pun, to uh, make your team be successful. And that's Dave's point, whether it's the Knicks, Hype Woman Productions, whatever. And you got to have those people. Not everybody can be prima BP at the front of the line
So is
coordinating.
my new nickname the glue? Like, what is this
You're
what you
not the
call a
glue. You're
person?
you're the boss. You're the
Okay.
boss. You're the boss
You're the
bitch.
captain.
You're the
The
captain.
captain.
Yeah,
Sorry, Captain Jimmy. You've been
Let,
that's
replaced.
right.
let me ask you, here's how you know who the glue is. So it's wedding planning. So you plan the events, right?
Yes.
Okay. It's the morning of, and the flower guy is nowhere to be found.
Oh.
Okay. And like these guys had ordered custom bouquets for each table.
Hmm.
Who's the person that you call on your team to say, this is what's going on? I don't know how you can solve this, but you got to solve it for me because this
Hmm.
thing is too high stakes. That's your glue person.
Okay. Leads, step on up. You're the glue, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny that Dave brings that up. In all my years
Love
working at
it.
Princeton and hiring lots and lots of people, hundreds of people over the years, what I would do, we'd have these like group interviews where there'd be three or four people from my team, and then these candidates coming in one at a time, and they'd say, "Oh, well, here's what here the blah blah blah," and I'd let everybody, they'd all be looking and taking notes, and Dave, I would never write a thing down because I'm just thinking about our experience on teams. Is this person going to make my team better? I don't care
Hmm.
what their resume necessarily says. I mean, as long as they generally have, the skill set. I just go totally on gut for 20 something years, and rarely did we get that wrong because I was thinking about it that way. Who's going
Yeah.
to fit in and play a role? Who doesn't care who gets the credit? I want people like that on my team.
Yeah.
And if you get those kind of people, you're probably going to be successful.
Hmm. Hmm.
Listen, it's the right instinct, and it's this stuff, right? Like you can tell within a few minutes if someone's going to work or not. And I don't know how much you all have talked about what you did in Princeton, but Ben, for those of people that don't know, like he was the de facto mayor of Princeton for a number of years,
It's a
and he
great
ran Princeton
description.
Recreation, which like growing up was a great organization, but like it hit new heights under Ben's leadership. And you don't pull that off without great teams. Full stop. Whether you're a Fortune 500 company, the Princeton Recreation Department, or the New York Knicks.
Are we recording this, BP? Okay, that's a great
Oh
clip.
shit, are we? Yeah, okay. I was like, oh
Well,
my God.
Dave, thank you, Dave. Appreciate the kind words. The one thing you said that's definitely true is the people that I had around me that I was able to hire make all the difference. You can be great or not great, but no matter how good you are, if you don't have the right team around you, you're doomed. And we had great people. Some of my favorite people of all time. Some still work there, some moved on to other things, but people that, to your point, roll up their sleeves and just do whatever it takes, to be successful. So thank you for that. Why don't you tell? I mean, BP doesn't, she doesn't know this, and our listeners don't. Will you give a little background on how you and I know each other and like what our history is? Oh, you're calling a
Time
time.
out. Time out.
Mike Brown up here.
We need
Mike
government
Brown.
names first. We gotta do the
All right. I did tell Dave this. Dave, tell us your government name, and then we can move on.
We need this for legal purposes. Is that
Yeah.
okay?
Also, in case we have to
It's pod
we have
initiation,
to sue
Dave.
you for anything that you say on here.
Wouldn't be the first time. My official name is David I. Wise. My middle name is I, so it's not I dot. The whole name is I. Okay, it's
Like
just a
the
letter.
letter I.
Yep, yep.
Ah,
There's a story behind that, but it's just
cool.
David I. Wise. You need my social?
Oh,
No, but you are the second guest we've had with the middle name that started with an I, just for the record. Although the other
Who's
person's,
the other one?
it wasn't just I, the initial was I.
right.
Uh,
It it's our well, it's your nephew and my cousin.
yeah, my nephew Jaden's middle name is Eseneth, which is like a family name with an I. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that's probably a better story than mine is
I don't
for
know.
the
Yours
I.
is just the letter I, which
Wait,
is
can you
pretty
share the
sexy.
story?
Yeah, I mean it's a family story. So I'm Jewish, grew up in central New Jersey, not far from Ben, and my mom was actually she's from Poland, and she was born in a concentration camp during the Holocaust.
Wow.
It was not a death camp; it was a labor camp. So she survived, but she was an infant who was alone during most of her days as a newborn.
My
And
God.
as a result, she had all sorts of physical and health problems throughout her life. But my grandmother named her Christina. You don't have to have to have gone to divinity school to know that Christina is not a Jewish name,
Mhm.
right? It's a Christian name. And they named her that to protect her, that if she survived the camp, not everyone, because this is, in Belarus in 1941. And so it was to protect her. And when I was
Wow.
born, my parents wanted to perpetuate the tradition. And so I stands for Israel. And but it's not Israel. It's just I. And I know what it means. It's about my Jewish heritage. And it's kind of
Mhm.
for me and for us, but it's not advertising Israel. Now, when I had my three sons, I kind of reversed the tradition. I gave my three boys very Jewishy names: Ezekiel, Isaac, and Levi, like three rabbinical students, right? Because I'm sort of like I'm proud of who we are and never going to hide from it, and I want them to be proud of their heritage as well. So we went the other way, but no, that's why I'm David I. Wise.
That's cool.
I
I
love it.
love
For,
that.
for the
Yeah.
record, my mom wanted to name me Levi, and my dad like drew a line in the sand, so to speak, and wouldn't allow it. I don't know why. My mom's was raised in her father was Jewish from Poland, by the way, Dave. My dad's family is not Jewish. I don't know that that's why he drew the line in the sand, but he did. But I was close to being Levi, for the record.
Ben
Wow.
Stent's pretty baller name though. I think you did all right.
Well, tell the folks what our history is, Dave. How do we know each other, and where did this chaos all start?
Yeah, I went to a prep school in Princeton, and I'm a sophomore in high school, just finished my high school baseball season, and I hear that there's this new American Legion baseball team starting up. And American Legion is like it's sort of like it's a summer all-star league for good high school players, is how I would describe it. And Princeton already had a team, but they were starting a new one, and I was invited to go try out. Not realizing that with all the good players already on a team, this would be like the Bad News Bears of the Mercer County American Legion League. And so I get to the practice, and I'll never forget this, Ben. Um, I had my hackles up a little bit because there were a lot of Princeton High kids there. There were other kids
Yeah.
there. We were in Mercer County. We were, I think, pretty competitive with one another.
Yeah.
And you and I got actually into a little bit of an argument while we were warming up. A
Really?
ball went behind me and hit you in the leg. You were like, dude, or something like that. You were like, dude. And I was like, what's your problem? Like, I was like on. Like, I was like ready to go. I was like, what's your problem? You were like, chill, man. And then you threw the ball back. And I was like, okay, take it easy, Dave.
I
Let's
don't
just,
remember
just
that.
take it down. Um, and then we became good buds, and we were on this baseball team, and I got to know the kids from Princeton High mostly. It was just a great crew that we're still in touch.
Yeah.
And they welcomed us prep school kids in as one of their own. And as we mentioned, we went 0 and 24 that first year, and I've never had more fun in my life.
Seriously, that's
Nice.
true. That's true. In
Aw,
fact,
I like that you guys have known each other for so long and that Ben had a blackout and didn't know what the argument that you guys may or
I
may
did
not
not
have
remember
had.
that. Kristen, or BP, I'll just to give you a little visual.
Oh, we get some photos. Oh, look at these
This
fellas.
picture just resurfaced recently. I don't know if it was Dave or Scotty. Somebody kind of found it on their phone or whatever. Sent
Okay,
it.
let me try to find you guys.
Oh
So
man,
Good
Ben
luck with
is
me.
like
this is an all-time classic picture for so
It's
many reasons.
perfect.
Ben is first row, second from the left.
That's correct.
Nice.
Okay, Dave, hold on, because I just met you, so I gotta get your face down.
Stunned
I'll
if you
give you a
did
hint.
this.
Dave
Are
is
you?
next to somebody else that you know
Yes.
in this
Oh,
photo,
I
BP.
know somebody else in this photo.
You do.
He
Oh,
looks the
yeah.
same.
Okay. Dave, I was gonna say that you were gonna be next to Ben,
Black dude in the middle,
but
back.
now, no, no.
No,
Now I think you're top row, second from the right, next to Danny Page.
that's right. You
He's
got it.
he's third from the right.
Oh, third. Yeah, third from
Yeah.
the right.
Yes.
Yeah. That's me.
Oh
That's
my
me.
gosh. That
Yeah.
is so funny.
Thema BP, if this picture could talk, I mean the characters in this picture, just the various kind of like chaos that's happening, the looks, the like, Paige and Wise back there just acting a fool. Our manager Tommy in the middle. Uh, if this picture could come to life, it'd be worth $1 million. Let me
Were
tell
you
you.
guys like the Savannah Bananas or whatever that league is called? You know?
Yeah, we're not good at baseball, is how I would
Right.
describe us.
Yeah.
Okay.
But actually, we did. I mean, listen, Ben was that first year probably our best or second best player. He played a great center field. We had talent, but this picture like encapsulates why A, we were 0 and 24, and B, why it was such a fun summer.
I
It's
love it. I
best.
love like nostalgic looking photos. This just looks like the memories are really, really good, you know?
Who is that
Aw.
who's got a hat covering their face, Dave? Do you know?
No, so we've been debating this. I might go with Kevin Schaefer.
Oh,
Might have been Schaefer because I think this was actually our second year, not our first year.
could be.
I
You'll
think
have to
this was our
tag
second year.
some folks to be like, who is it?
I think you're right. It's definitely the second year because down in the bottom right, Darren Haranchik, he was a couple years even younger than us, and so that first year he probably wasn't even old enough to play. So that makes sense.
And Dave Long wasn't on our first. He's the guy that looks crazy in the front in the sunglasses. He wasn't on our first team. He came second year, I think.
Who's
Man,
the cool guy in the very back left, like leaning on the bleachers? Like, oh, you're gonna take my picture now? Okay.
who?
Coach.
Very left top row.
Oh,
He was an assistant coach
yeah.
who played baseball. I think he was on like the JV for Princeton University and needed something to do over the summer, so he coached us. And good guy, didn't give a shit. That's
That's
what I
the
remember.
vibe. That's the
And
vibe.
BP, just for the record, Danny Page was also like a volunteer coach. He did not play on this team. He's a
Oh,
Right.
couple years older than us, so he was another one who was just hanging out because he didn't have anything else to do.
Yeah,
oh,
that's
okay.
right.
Okay.
That's right.
But
Very
man,
fun. I love it.
this is a great man. That's that picture. That picture. I
Oh,
could
that's
still that, by the way, the crazy part about like where we played this field BP called Valley Road. If you went there right now, that same bleacher is probably still there, by the way.
I
We could
No
love
like
it.
we could
offense.
go recreate that photo tomorrow if we wanted to.
And it's right outside the best pizza place
Right.
in Central Jersey,
Yeah.
known as, I'm sure when Paige was on, you must have talked about Conti's.
I don't know if we did and BP. I don't know if we've ever taken BP to
Conti.
Conti's when you've been in town or not. Probably not.
Mm,
But
but it
yes.
sounds like a familiar place.
Yeah, you may have been there. You may have been there.
Okay.
Just look at
Bar
Conti,
pies,
shout out.
best bar pies around.
yeah, this picture.
Oh,
And I've been texting recently, well, a month or so ago. I got a text, it was around the holidays, from Chris Healy, who's right in the very middle BP, first row, who was my neighbor growing up. And on the text thread was this number I didn't know, and it was Dave Long, just recently. And we texted back and forth for days and days. Dave Long's living in Williamsburg, Virginia. And we texted for a long time, and we're going to try to get together because I haven't seen him in probably 25 plus years.
wow.
Oh,
So
I love that. I love that guy.
it was a good dude.
Yeah, good dude. And I remember my Dave Long memory was there were some um, local hoodlums giving us a hard time while we were warming up for a game. And one of them jumped the fence and approached us. And we were like, okay, is this going to be something? And then Dave Long starts striding toward us from the dugout with a baseball bat, just ready to protect and kick ass. And he's smiling the whole time. You look at this guy walking at you, you're like, oh, this guy is up for whatever's about to go down. And they skedaddled. So there
That's
you go.
hilarious.
Dave Long saved us all.
Oh, Dave Long. Dave was one of these guys. I was telling somebody recently, like, right when high school ended, he was a year ahead of us. He was like class of 91, I think. He's one of these guys that like shortly after he graduated, he was just gone. Or maybe by the end of that summer, like he was gone and you were like, has anybody seen Dave? And next thing you know, 30 years have gone by and nobody's like, and I found out later that he ended up in the Navy. I
Wow.
think now he's retired, but he's like a career Navy guy. And he was out in the Seattle area for many years, stationed out there and then bounced around. And he's just one of these people, like he was in your life and then like summer of 92 ended and or maybe summer of 91 and that was it. Like his family must have moved. I knew where he lived. I'd walk by, I'd pass his house and never see any of his people. And it was just, things change. It's like the things, I mean, Dave, you
Yeah.
and I have kids. It's like the things you try and remind your kids about, like kind of enjoying the moment and living in the moment. Like those times are so fleeting, but when you're that age, you just don't get it.
Yeah.
And then you're 50 and you're like, man,
What I wouldn't give to go back to one game against Broad Street Park where we'd lose 15-2, just to be able to bullshit with each other on the bench and then go to Conti's afterward. But I'll tell you, the fact that we are 32 years later, 33 years later, so many of us are still in touch, which I do credit social media for a little bit. Um, and we all have the same memory. And to be able to share that, like it really, and you turn 50 and you realize, like, okay, bad things happen to people. Life is tough. It's not all white picket fences. And then you can reflect on something like that, a shared experience that was just great. It's absolute gold.
Hmm.
Absolute gold. I feel very blessed that my friend's father made me try out for that team, that I got to know all of you guys.
yeah,
And here we are, 33 years later, making podcasts.
Be
it's
careful,
amazing.
Dave. He's gonna cry. Be careful.
She
Be
she does
careful.
So am I.
she does make me cry a lot on here. I agree with you, and shout out to Mr. Healy, Jim Healy, who along with a guy named Ricky Skipworth were the really the driving forces behind getting that American Legion team going and making sure that it didn't fall off the rails, even though we weren't very good. People like that in our community who did that just because they care. They weren't making any money doing that kind of work, but
Fought for it.
they fought for it. They had to fight against the post 76 regime who didn't want another team. And so thank God for those kind of people in the community who did that and gave us a chance to create those memories. And here we are. So it's great.
I
And
love
here
it.
we are.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that. We know what's funny is like about creating memories and stuff. I was given this piece of advice when I got engaged, to make sure that on my wedding day that me and my husband stay together for the whole night so we can share the same memories throughout the entire wedding experience. And so that was probably the best advice that I ever got on my wedding day. And now I share that to all of our couples too. And our past couples say the same thing. It's like that was really good advice because now we can just talk about and like think about those exact moments, and then it's so precious, and it's really cool that you guys have that together too. So, oh, I love
It certainly
it.
is. The guys of 218, including this beautiful, handsome guy. I love those guys very, very dearly. And I mentioned before you popped in, Dave, that we were planning to have a third wheel, Mr. Scott
Right.
Feldman, who got called away on work stuff. So we'll do this again and get Scott on, who's another same thing, BP, went
Yeah.
to prep school with Dave. We met him through baseball and turned out to be a lifelong friend and also a great Knicks fan too, for the
Great
record.
Knicks fan. We look alike. He looks like little Dave. It's like if you took me and
Yeah.
scrunched me down, that's what Scott looks like. Scott's about 5'1", has a very hairy back. Great guy. Great guy.
Well,
Yeah, there he is.
there you go.
Hey.
This
Yeah.
Look at this
this famous
trio.
photo from summer, I guess, of 2024, I think.
Four. Yeah.
Oh
Those
my
guys were so
God.
nice to come down one night when we had this summer league basketball thing. That night, that would have been a fun night regardless. But the fact that you guys showed up, Dave, meant so much to me because I love you guys, and that was a fun night. And that picture, I've always held on to that picture because it makes me smile.
Oh,
Oh,
and
he.
that was a night, Kristen, where Ben was inducted into the Princeton Basketball League Summer Basketball League Hall of Fame because he played in it when he was a student and a player. He played in high school and in college, and then he was the commissioner for a long time. And that league is one of the great summer basketball leagues in New Jersey. And Ben and his protege Evan have really made it what it is today, which is a banging league.
Oh my gosh.
That was
Um,
good
Ben
memory.
is Ben is in his Walgreens printing era, so that one may be printed any day now.
That app where you can just send a picture through your phone to Walgreens. I mean, that's like
That's
gold,
very
that thing,
cool.
man. Are you kidding me?
I have a question. So, high school reunions and I guess when is my 20 years probably closer than my 10 was, but I didn't go to my 10, debating if any other big life things come through that I may attend. But like, does that ever stop? Like the 10-year reunions for high school? Like, did you guys go to yours? Or is it still continuing? Does it happen for like baseball stuff?
Well, yeah, go ahead, Dave.
It should happen for baseball. So I was just about to say, I'm glad you raised that because we ought to do this with 218. We ought to get the boys together. I've got my 30th college reunion coming up. I never miss a reunion. I love seeing people. I love to see like who got hot, who got not. Right? Like you like to see like where people ended up, right?
Yeah.
And also, I got to tell you, um, some people are just the same. They may
Yeah.
not look the same, but at these reunions, Kristen and I, sometimes I will see someone I haven't seen in 10 years,
Yeah.
and we pick it right back up.
Right.
And there's something about that that's magical. So my advice, I don't have a lot of life advice. One of them is go to your reunions.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's why I'm like, I didn't go to my 10 year because I feel like nothing really had ch like I don't have anything new to really tell you guys. Like, and then it's hard to decide, I'm gonna be 36 next month, and it's like at this age, I feel like you have your core people, and it's like, do I have enough bandwidth to like catch you up for the past 10-ish years? Like I don't know. Maybe I'm missing out on those
The
relationships.
long night. I will say that,
Yeah.
like, because you're giving your rap to a lot of different people,
Hmm.
and you'll sleep well that night because you'll be exhausted.
Yeah.
But once every 5 years, you can pull it off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
regret I did not go to many Princeton High reunions. I didn't go to any, in fact, until
Oh,
the 30th. Or no,
okay.
yeah. Yeah, the 30th. And I went to the 30th with my wife. Dave, my wife's mom and Prima BP's mom are sisters, just so you can understand the relationship here.
Hey.
Went to the 30th with my wife, who at the time was actually working still at Princeton High School, ironically.
Oh, funny.
And boy, did I have a great time.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe I wait
Great.
till
It
the
was a
30th.
great 3 or 4 hours. Like just, and our back then, things have changed. Our class was probably bigger than Dave's class because they were at a private school, but our class was maybe 160 or 70 kids. There were maybe 50 people at the reunion. Um,
Oh,
it was a
That a
wonderful.
lot? Was that
turnout.
a big? Oh, okay, okay.
I think
Yeah.
so. I mean, they do it, often around Thanksgiving time because a lot of people are home visiting their parents, and so
Mm.
I guess it worked out. It was a great night, and I immediately regretted all the ones that I hadn't gone to.
Okay, good perspectives.
Yeah,
Interesting.
By the way, I think you've got a pretty good. If I were you, I'd want to show up at my reunion and give the hype woman story.
That's
Like,
true.
you might not have had, I don't know how long you've been doing it, but like when I was 36, I was not running my own company. And if I had, I would have gone to my reunion and probably everyone else's. Um, well,
That's a good perspective. No, this will be my third year. So, yeah, maybe I go to the next
you
reunion to
should
let
go
excellent.
and not only tell them about your company, but remind them that you do a lot of weddings in the DFW and Austin area, but you
yeah.
also do a lot of weddings in California, South Carolina. I mean, do we go?
Yeah.
You're all over the damn map doing weddings for people, so you got to brag a little bit and take that hunk of a husband with you and let the other ladies fawn over him.
Okay, I'll do my darndest. You know how he loves going new places.
Oh yeah, he's Mr. Social. He'll be all about it. Uh,
Oh,
well,
that's so
that's no, but Dave's right. It's there's something about doing those things that there's a value that's hard to explain,
yeah.
but once I went to that 30th that night, I thought, damn, I'm so glad I did this.
Okay.
Me and Ben are probably more than halfway done at this point, right? And it is like you turn 50 and life is short and the whole deal. And you just you need to make the most of those
Yeah.
moments. It's like what you were saying earlier about, when you're in it, you don't realize that these are the good times,
Yeah,
and you don't realize that it's fleeting.
yeah,
So, I'm going to sound like a generic, about to be 52-year-old here, but like, you get a chance to make a new memory, like you got to take it.
yeah.
Especially if it's in like a safe environment, like a reunion. They're going to love you. They're going to eat you up. Go to it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love it.
That's so true. That's so true.
Well,
Well,
I mean, I say my mantra is YOLO, so I'm with you on that, Dave.
is it? Is that official? Is that your official mantra?
Yeah.
I'm just
You
checking.
didn't know. Oh, well then you clearly did not watch the videos from my issue release party. Just
I
saying.
did. I watched them all. I'm the biggest fan. What are you talking
You
about?
didn't if you didn't know about
Plus
YOLO.
one YOLO story. One thing in the last year that was YOLO.
Okay. Oh, for me?
Yeah,
Well, I mean, starting a business is a great YOLO story.
it is.
So that's like the quick version.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, Dave, one of the things that we do towards the end of each episode is so this you're on episode 33, by the way, and so you won't forget that. You can
That was my number in high school,
uh,
which by the way, you could validate that by they're on the internets. There is a video
I
of Ben and me playing high school basketball against each other.
just true.
And it's a bummer. It was like a little local Channel 8 TV broadcast.
Oh
It was
my
pretty
God.
cool.
Yeah.
And now, like everyone's on the internet every game. Back then, it was a big deal
Mhm.
just to be on local TV. And no, and I show it to pretty much everyone I meet. And uh,
I need the
and I
link.
say like, pick me out. Which one am I? They never get it. They have no. Sometimes they think I'm you, and I'm like that guy. I can't dribble
That
like
guy,
that.
that
No.
guy, that guy.
Oh, I need the link so I can watch it
Well,
and then
I'll
I
find the
will.
link. I'm sure it's on YouTube. I'm sure I can find it for you.
Well, I know if we can't find it, I know Dave will send it to us
Dave
because
has
he shows everybody he
100%.
knows.
he
Yeah,
shows everybody.
it's in your inbox.
Well, it was your number, and of course the famous the captain Patrick Ewing, of course,
Rick Ewing.
of Knicks fame. Well, at the end of these episodes, we've developed a good following, and we're thrilled about that. And so we get a lot of feedback in between episodes from people who watched, who comment on things we talked about, or say something funny. We have some haters out there too that like to take cheap shots at us. We embrace all of that. We find it very humorous, especially when people are mad at us. That's like our favorite. And so, if you don't mind, could I just run through a few
Viewer feedback.
comments, and then get your feedback on them?
So these are real time? Like you've been getting them as we're on?
No, these
No.
are based on the previous episode.
Okay, let's hear them.
Yeah. So in the previous episode, we this is actually a blend over the last couple episodes because we took a few weeks off over the holidays, but most of these come from an episode where me and Prima BP did our 2026 hot takes. We each had a list of hot takes that we thought were important to share. And we never tell each other ahead of time. That's what makes it fun. So this is feedback on that. So Joe, I had a hot take, Dave, that the Beatles are overrated. Hot take.
While he was like, "Oh, I've been to Abbey
I've
Road,
been to Abbey
that
Road.
recording studio, been on the mic, blah blah." I'm like, okay.
I
Leading with your chin on that one, Ben.
hot take, they're overrated. And Joe chimed in. He said overrated. He said literally considered by countless outlets as the most popular and influential band ever. You are an idiot.
We're gonna get canceled because of your Beatles comment.
You almost got it. You almost got me canceled by the Swifties a few months ago. They were after me, man. So Joe said I'm an idiot because I said the Beatles are overrated. I accept that, Joe. Beatlemania is a little before me and Dave Wise's time. We've heard about it. We didn't live it. Maybe if I lived it, I'd have a different perspective. I don't know.
I know the Beatles kind of rock, but I respect your view.
Yes. Uh, BP had a hot take about the Diddy documentary, and we actually got a comment from cousin Disco, aka Danny Page, and all he said was "R.I.P. Biggie Smalls."
Dems is facts. I thought
Yeah.
he was gonna say about something else, but I'm glad that that was a PG comment from
The
him.
the
Sick
Diddy
page.
Page, the Diddy documentary, Dave. If you haven't
Did you
watched,
watch it, Dave?
No, I have three kids, and I'm not allowed to watch things,
yeah.
generally.
So
But I've heard about it.
it's
Yeah.
it's nuts. It's
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah.
We got this is a YouTube comment from somebody named Emma. I don't know who this is, but she said as soon as she turned it on, she heard BP exclaim, "I've had sex with men." Do you want to explain yourself, Prima BP?
Which was a soundbite from the hot take of Charlie Sheen's documentary of what he was doing.
Charlie
Charlie,
Sheen has had sex with men.
he
Correct.
he came out with that news on his recent documentary, and to follow it up, somebody named Kara said, just to be clear, Prima BP and Charlie Sheen have had sex with men. Noted.
Noted. Got it. Both are true.
Yeah,
Yes.
Both
Yeah.
true.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one. So this, one of my hot takes, Dave, was maybe we have too many states. Do we really need two Dakotas?
My
And
God, get out of my head.
yeah,
I've thought that for years.
thank you.
No, no way. No.
Wouldn't it just be what? Just be
Kimmy,
better to live in Dakota.
Yeah, why do we have to have two? That Kimmy, who I sometimes we know these people, and sometimes we don't. I don't know who Kimmy has said. The Dakotas called and said, shout out to the haters.
But like you can't mix the Carolinas. This can't
I
be
don't
for everything.
I don't think it's for all cases. The Carolinas are fine in my opinion. North South Carolina are fine. They're very different, different vibe, you know. The Dakotas, it's just one big open space. Let's just consolidate. There's probably some cost savings to be had, right?
Right. No
Like Crescent
question.
Borough
There's
and Township, Dave.
synergies to be gained. No question about it. Now, I've never been to either Dakota. I might go to North Dakota and then visit South Dakota and be like, boy, this place doesn't remind me at all of North Dakota. My guess is that the two are going to remind me of one another. But listen, I don't
I
make the
want to
maps.
hear from any of our viewers who have been to one of the Dakotas.
Okay.
Let us know.
Let us know if there is a glaring mistake that I've made with that hot take. I want somebody to tell me. And I am at 51 and a half, very willing to say that I was wrong if you could tell me I'm wrong. So
There we go.
just a couple more. Dave, my co-host last week, 2 weeks ago, she's turned over this new leaf in 2026 where she's like vacuuming all the time. And she's like, I can't talk. I'm in the kitchen cooking. And I'm like, what? Who stole my co-host? And she described herself as soft girl housewife mode. And Leslie,
Where is this going? Where is this
Leslie, one
going?
of our viewers said, once again, Prima BP comes up with a great title for a porn movie.
Okay.
Soft girl housewife mode.
This is so no.
Oh, yes. What are some of the others
Oh
that
my
she had
gosh,
come up
there have
with?
been so many times she said something and I'm like, that'd be a great porn movie name. That's
Wow. Now
yeah,
that one can work, and I can already like picture the plot of that one. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got to do something with that.
yeah. Following up on your soft girl housewife, Damien, who's a very frequent commenter, said, "Who turned Prima BP into Martha Stewart?" So there
I've
you go.
also seen that documentary.
I have too. Yeah, they screwed Martha Stewart. She didn't deserve all that.
Can
Um,
tell none of you have three kids because you've watched all this stuff that I've only heard about. Um,
Dogs over here, Dave. Just the dogs.
Just the dogs. Before I give the last viewer feedback, Dave, you bring up a good, interesting point that we talked about 2 weeks ago. Netflix somehow they've got documentaries teed up.
Hmm.
As soon as Rob Reiner got killed by his son, God rest his soul, within 48 hours, Netflix had a documentary about it. How do they do that?
I don't know if it's AI or they just, you know, see what's coming down the pike, but it is remarkable now how quickly this content gets out there
Crazy.
and is spot on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's wild. I almost think they have a whole staff of people who are like, all right, like who do we think's on the fast track to tragedy? Let's start collecting content now and just hedge our bet. I don't know how they do it. It's amazing. It's
Those
amazing.
weekly meetings, those planning meetings, be like, so listen, let's look at these. I want you to cover these 40 celebrities. A few of them gotta go in the next month.
Has to happen.
And let's roll the dice.
Playing the odds. Yeah. The final viewer feedback, and I've tried to, what's the word? Corroborate this since it came up. Somehow it came up that a former dog that my family had back in the 90s, 80s, 90s, my dog had a favorite number. My dog's favorite number was 32. And BP was very intrigued by how a dog has a favorite number.
Tell
And
me
I
how.
once called both my mom, who, God bless her, is like, her brain is halfway in the cooker, unfortunately. And she knew what I was talking about, but she couldn't remember why 32. And I called my sister today to ask her, and she also could not remember why it was 32.
Hmm.
But Keith wanted to know, did Rev really say that his dog's favorite number is 32? And Keith, yes, I did say that, and it's true. I just don't have the background story yet, and I don't know if I can find the right person to tell it to me at this
Fake
point.
news.
Yeah.
Fake news. You
And
said it,
how did
but
that
we'll never
play
know.
out? Like, how would I have gone over your house in the 90s and left knowing that your dog loved the number 32?
Well, because my mom used to talk in like a dog voice. I don't know. Do other families do this?
One time.
Yeah, BP, do you sometimes say out loud things that you think Ava or Braxton are thinking to Dustin, to your husband,
Yeah,
in
I
like a
guess. And
funny dog voice?
I try yeah, I try to like figure out what their voice would sound like as
Right.
well.
So my mom used to do that, and somehow through that, anytime there was a reference to 32, she would go into the dog voice act and try to have a funny quip, and it usually was funny.
What's the dog's name again?
His name was Asta, Asta.
What did Asta sound like, do you think?
I don't know, but maybe I could get my mom on the pod to do
Give
it.
us a sample
I don't
stat.
know. My mom these days, she's a little up and down with her mental acuity.
But
Um,
she still has that.
on her good days, she could totally do the Asta voice.
Hmm.
On her not so good days, if you asked her, she'd probably just look at you like she thought you were speaking Chinese to her. It just
Hmm.
depends.
Yeah.
But I'll broach the subject with her when I talk to her later on tonight.
Maybe we get a recording at least.
Maybe I'll probably be out in Cleveland again soon to visit her, and I'll try and get a voice
A little
recording,
video.
little
Yeah.
background of her talking about Asta and the whole shtick, and
Yeah.
we could use that. So
Yeah.
yeah. Well, thank you for hanging in for the viewer feedback, Dave Wise. I hope you got a good dose of just the total bizarre feel of what we're doing here. Total.
Some weirdos out there.
Yeah.
I get it. And I can only imagine the feedback you're going to get from this one. Be anxiously awaiting that. But I'll hang in. Listen, I'll do this every week. You need someone come in from the bullpen, someone cancels on you. I'm your guy. I love this stuff.
You're a natural. You're a natural.
Yeah, this
For
was
one.
great. It
Yeah.
was really great to meet you. Like you did, I had a great time listening to your stories and getting to know you. So definitely we'll have you back. Definitely.
And I'm going to be on the lookout for. I understand you're hard to book, but be on the lookout for some East Coast weddings. Um, and I give you credit for the business you've launched. And Ben, the other thing I just want to say is I mean, you kind of launched a second career, or maybe this is a second career, a third career with your real estate business 5 years ago, 8 years ago.
About
Uh,
4 years ago,
4 years. I mean,
4.5 years
and Ben,
ago.
Ben sells the hell out of Dell. Like it's it's no joke, and I'm thrilled for you. You're built for it, but it's just like very satisfying to see you doing this now and making so many people happy.
Man, thank you for saying that. I really enjoy doing it. We've talked a lot on the pod about Princeton days, and I loved working in Princeton for the town of Princeton for 20 plus years. And then one day I woke up and it just hit me like a ton of bricks. Time to go. And I've said this on here before. We had a new mayor who had just started, who's a good friend of mine, and I was standing with him outside our office, and I said, Mark, I think I'm going to take off and go do something else. And he said, you're crazy to leave this job. And I said, in my best Johnny Cash voice, maybe I am. And
Who's
maybe I
laughing now?
was. And
Uh,
maybe I was. But listen, thanks for saying that. It's been fun. I enjoy it. I got another couple careers coming. I just haven't figured out what they are yet. But God bless my wife for always having my back, because without that, I'd probably still be sitting on Witherspoon Street, unhappy as I felt like I was starting to become at the end there. And I never wanted to be that guy. So
Hmm. Yep.
well, you did good, brother.
thank you, man. It's good to see you. I love you. You are as good a people as there are walking the earth, man.
Thank you. And you just got to surround yourself with that type. And last question. So, what do I call your co-host? Is it Kristen? Like, what's the right thing for me as the guest to call her?
Yeah. Do you
We're
want to
on
hear that?
BP status now,
It's
Dave.
BP.
she's prima, yeah, prima BP. BP
BP.
comes from many years ago. She Took a picture. She was actually trying on wedding dresses for my wedding.
Literally 11 years ago.
In our wedding. And
No, 12 years ago. Yeah.
yeah, she sent a picture to us with this dress on at the dress shop, and she was kind of sticking her butt out, and that she captioned the picture "booty pop," and I had never heard that before. So I
Not
immediately
heard that
started
either.
calling her booty pop way back then, and it's evolved to BP. And
And
so
now it makes a great co-host pod name instead of Chris. Who cares about Kristen?
But
We only want
BP.
BP.
Prima BP, uh, my bestie, my cousin, and my co-host. So
Yep.
It's great, guys. There's a lot of love, a lot of great energy on this podcast. I look forward to watching it in the future.
thank
Yay.
you, brother.
Thanks,
We'll do it
Dave.
again. We'll do it again. I told Kristen before you came on, BP before you came on. We're going to do this again after the Knicks win the championship. Me, you, Feldman, and BP. We're going to celebrate a Knicks ticker tape parade right down the freaking
Let's
avenue.
go, baby. Let's
I'm
go.
talking about.
Let's go.
All right, people. Episode 33, Dave Wise's high school number, the captain, Patrick Ewing's number, and we will see you all next week on episode 34. Prima BP, you're the best.
You're the best.
You're the
Dave
best.
is the best. Dave is the best.
Dave is the best. All right, thank you, Dave.
Okay, guys.
See ya.